Due to the less than stellar reception to the build to WrestleMania, it's not out of the question to suggest that WWE may go all in making the show a PLE to remember. From rumored returns to rumored heel turns, the show could ultimately be one of the most memorable WrestleMania events in recent memory. And God, I hope so. Join us now as Wrestlemania looks at 12 of the most shocking rumors and returns you need to know for WrestleMania 42. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 12, debuts on the Raw after WrestleMania. Now, as we all know, the Raw after WrestleMania is one of the most important Raws of the wrestling year. WWE always has some big returns or major debuts on the show, and we really can't rule out some for this year. And according to Body Slam, there may be some NXT stars that are being called up to the main roster. Sources indicate to Body Slam that JC Jane, Ethan Page...
Bro, Sol Ruka? I told y'all this year was going to be a big year for her. I said this on my other channel now. My other channel, it got shadow banned, so I'm over here now. That's why I keep saying I said this on my other channel, but Sol Ruka coming to the main roster? I knew it.
Stars that are being called up to the main roster. Sources indicate to Body Slam that JC Jane, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Sol Ruka have all been discussed heavily for main roster call-ups recently. We could definitely see one of these names making their main roster debut on the Raw after WrestleMania. Number 11, Becky Lynch wins clean. The rivalry between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch is finally set to come to an end at WrestleMania. For 99% of the rivalry, AJ has got the best of Lynch, and this is a key indicator that Lynch is going to win at WrestleMania. Lynch needs a big credible win, and AJ putting Lynch over in a clean manner would be the best way to do this. Now, it's unclear if AJ Lee is set to stick around after WrestleMania, but whatever the case, both women need a new direction, and Lynch winning clean is definitely the way to go. But number 10, are we getting a double turn? Heading into WrestleMania, a double turn has been heavily rumored to be occurring in the Trick Williams vs Sami Zayn match. Zayn has officially lost the crowd and is seemingly embraced. Williams has become one of the most over names on the entire roster. But a double turn isn't without its risks, as WWE needs to avoid stripping away elements of Williams' persona that made him stand out. However, it would certainly be a way to bring eyeballs to the show itself. But there's not just one double turn that's been rumored, there are two double turns, as another one is rumored to be in the Stephanie McMahon vs Liv Morgan matchup. Early on in the feud, Morgan was basically portraying a babyface, as McMahon made her cry in an acclaimed backstage promo, but WWE has seemingly pivoted on that in recent weeks. This could work extremely well, and WWE could even deliver an Alberto Del Rio vs Dolph Ziggler style matchup from Payback in 2013 to hit the double turn home. Number 9, Obafemi squashes Brock.
Hey, Triple H, whatever you do, do not turn Liv Morgan back into a babyface. We want to be a heel, man. We thrive in a villain role. You know what I'm saying? That just seemed like it's us. So please don't move us back to a babyface. We don't want babyface Liv Morgan for a little while now. Wait till like a couple more years, then you can move her to a babyface again. But we heel, baby.
WWE has really been urged by fans to go all in on Obafemi. Femi has been amazing in the feud with Brock Lesnar, and he's clearly shown that he has all the tools to be the next big thing in the company, pun intended. There is concern that due to Lesnar failing to get the upper hand in their prior confrontations, that Lesnar is going to win. However, this has been a wrestling trope that has become obsolete in recent years. It's definitely clear from all of the segments that Lesnar is a huge fan of Obafemi. This can be seen thanks to his incredible selling and how giving he's been in recent weeks, as Lesnar has not looked this weak in a feud for many years. Lesnar may push for Femi to win, and it wouldn't come as a shock to see Lesnar agree to be squashed completely by the former NXT champion. In fact, WWE may want to take a page out of the Survivor Series 2016 booking, where Goldberg absolutely annihilated Lesnar in just a minute or two. Yeah, it may lead to some backlash for some hardcore Brock Lesnar fans, but aren't we
I didn't even know it was hardcore Brock Lesnar fans. I didn't even know those people exist. Now, people still haven't explained to me how did Brock Lesnar get back on WWE. I still don't know. Nobody still explained it to me. Now, I appreciate you, Brock Lesnar, for passing the torch to Obafemi. You know what I'm saying? We like wrestlers like that like to put people over and stuff, things of that nature. You taking the book out of you taking the page out of John Cena book. We appreciate that. But how did he... Never mind, I ain't about to keep asking. Let's continue.
Now, Lesnar is on the verge of retirement. This would be a great way to truly pass over the torch to the next big thing. It was previously reported that Lesnar doesn't want to lose prior to his retirement match at SummerSlam, but this seems unlike Lesnar, who's always been keen to do business and put over the future of the company. Number 8, a new champion crowned. Javon Evans has truly been incredible since his main roster call-up, and WWE is likely going to commit to presenting him as the future face of the company at WrestleMania this year. Evans is involved in the multi-man ladder match for the IC Championship, and he's the firm favourite heading into the match. Evans climbing the ladder after a grueling match and winning the title for the first time could be an excellent WrestleMania moment. If WWE plays this right, WrestleMania 42 could be the night of major change in terms of the youth movement, as Evans, Obafemi and Trick Williams could all secure major wins on the grand stage.
Crazy.
Don't forget that there's also this theory that Triple H doesn't push black wrestlers. And reports of this were actually made aware to WWE recently. Also, not long ago, it was reported by The Observer that there was a heavier focus on black talent. Not to mention that WWE has been accused of pushing older wrestlers and placing them in the main event over younger wrestlers. This may be Triple H's chance to show that younger wrestlers are now being pushed. And again, if Evans wins the Intercontinental Championship, he will be the youngest wrestler to win it since Jeff Hardy won it at the age of 23. This would be a massive statement. Number 7, Speed pins LA Knight. WWE absolutely loves rage baiting the audience in 2026. This has been seen throughout their booking, and we've seen this firsthand during WrestleMania season with the atrociously handled Pat McAfee angle. Now we gotta give Speed his props. He's handled his involvement in WWE absolutely superbly. He's been outstanding in his various WWE appearances, and he understands the art of true kayfabe. Thus, there's a ton of pressure on him to deliver in the ring at WrestleMania. Speed is working with an array of great talents, but there is concern that WWE is going to have Speed pick up the pin for his team on the grand stage.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to I Show Speed. He putting on for all the YouTubers out there, man. This just goes to show you, like, there's no limits to being a YouTuber. Like, you can do whatever. You ain't just gotta be a YouTuber. You can put your hands and you can dibble and dabble into other fields and stuff like that. This is amazing, man. Shout out to Speed, man. He doing his thing. It's crazy. He got a match at WrestleMania. That's insane.
WrestleMania 42 Night 1 kicking off with LA Knight being pinned by Speed wouldn't come as a big shock, and this may set the tone for one of the most controversial WrestleMania broadcasts of all time. Number 6, Danhausen curses John Cena. It's already been all but confirmed that Danhausen and John Cena are going to share a segment at WrestleMania. Cena is set to host the show, and Danhausen is eager to meet one of the greatest of all time. It's likely that this interaction will be an ongoing trend throughout the two-night broadcast, and it's possible that Danhausen curses John Cena, and Cena spends the rest of his two-night event trying to eradicate the curse. We could also expect Cena to interact with former foes such as CM Punk, Randy Orton, and even potentially Gunther, and these confrontations should give added weight to their respective characters heading into their big matches. Number 5, Io Sky turns heel. As things stand, Io Sky is not going to be wrestling in any capacity at WrestleMania. This has caused mass outcry from fans, as Sky is considered by many to be one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the world right now, and she literally walked into WrestleMania as world champion last year. Sky is firmly embedded in the Rhea Ripley vs Jade Cargill storyline, and there are now rumors that WWE is going to have Sky turn heel and cost her supposed friend in the match. The rationale for this is that Asuka has got into Sky's head, and she's made her realize that Ripley is holding her back. Now, this would be a very bold move, especially due to Sky's immense popularity as a babyface, but at least it would allow WWE to branch off into another Sky vs Ripley singles feud. Number 4, Drew McIntyre turns babyface. Now, it's no secret that Drew McIntyre is set to take a leave of absence following WrestleMania this year. McIntyre's prior acting commitments booked, and it's expected that he's going to be written off television during the match with Jacob Fatu. McIntyre has been hinting that a babyface turn is on the horizon, and fans believe that it's time for McIntyre to finally return to his babyface persona. This could easily be achieved in the match itself. McIntyre and Fatu could absolutely brutalize each other, and once Fatu wins, a bloody and battered McIntyre can stand in the middle of the ring and soak in the hopefully positive crowd response. McIntyre would then simply nod his head, acknowledging the crowd and thus turning him babyface. It's also worth noting that we still don't know who attacked Fatu last year, therefore it's revealed after WrestleMania that it was another name on the roster such as Randy Orton. This gives McIntyre's babyface turn even more credibility, as the crowd would see that he was being completely honest when it came to the attack. Number 3, Jelly Roll shocks the wrestling world. It's virtually a given at this point that Jelly Roll is going to get involved in the Randy Orton-Cody Rhodes match. But the question is, how does WWE play into this? There are rumors on social media that Roll is going to turn heel and then side with Orton and Pat McAfee. Would this twist make any sense though? Well, absolutely not, but neither does McAfee siding with Randy Orton. WWE, specifically TKO, loves these celebrity endorsements, so WrestleMania closing with the three names embracing would be a major W for the company. It's unclear where WWE will go from a creative aspect after this, as it may unfortunately lead to even more celebrities joining the fold to side with Rhodes.
Bro, please, if celebrities like join into like to this wrestling orbit, can y'all like have them around more? Like, I remember Travis Scott last year. I can't remember what pay-per-view it was, but he was a part of that whole John Cena turning heel, and we just never seen him again. I was like, bro, what was the point of him being around if we wasn't going to see him no more? Like, that just didn't make sense to me. So can he be a major part of the story, please? And not just we just not see him one time and then he just disappeared for like 6-7 months. Come on, Triple H, tighten up, man.
The Rock confronts Roman Reigns. Now, The Rock versus Roman Reigns is perhaps the biggest match left for WWE to book, and there's a push reportedly within WWE to lock The Rock down for WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia. If The Rock has committed to this, then WrestleMania 42 could act as the perfect opportunity for WWE to set up the match. And there are two key ways WWE could achieve this. The first is that The Rock helps CM Punk win. As what if The Rock has become unhappy with the way that Roman Reigns has been conducting himself since WrestleMania 40 and wants to wake up the beast inside Reigns once again? The Rock helping CM Punk would be an insane twist, especially after their conflict in 2013, but WrestleMania 42 going off the air with the two embracing would receive so much buzz, and there may be a twist that goes down incredibly well with the fans. Number 2, The Rock just confronts Roman Reigns. Now, the most likely option is that Roman Reigns wins the world title in a clean manner. The final few moments of WrestleMania will then see Roman Reigns and CM Punk shake hands, and Punk heads up the ramp before The Rock confronts Reigns, setting up the dream match for next year. And number 1, Vince McMahon returns.
Oh my.
And numerous names within the wrestling space firmly believe that Vince McMahon is returning to WWE at WrestleMania. Even the legendary Jim Ross has firmly declared that McMahon will be involved in the show, although he didn't specify his sources for this outlandish claim. These rumors mainly come from McMahon being mentioned on television, as well as the ongoing internal conflict between TKO and WWE. There seem to be no credible reports indicating that McMahon is indeed returning. However, WWE accidentally claiming that McMahon was a Hall of Famer on the official shop certainly raised some alarm bells. With that being said, if McMahon does return at the show, in what capacity could he appear in? Well, first, he's there for Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon is set to headline the 2026 Hall of Fame this year, so we can't rule out McMahon appearing in some capacity to support his own daughter. This actually may overshadow her induction, as all the wrestling media will focus on is the fact that McMahon made his first WWE appearance in a number of years. Number 2, he interacts with Danhausen. Now imagine McMahon interacting with Danhausen. The two engaging in a promo segment may be one of the highlights of WrestleMania, but his involvement in any capacity may lead to more questions than answers. Number 3, he interferes in Cody Rhodes vs Randy Orton's match. The crux of Cody Rhodes vs Randy Orton is focused on Pat McAfee burying the WWE product, and he already stated that he has something planned for WrestleMania. What if McAfee is taking direction from McMahon and McMahon wants to fight to get his company back? This would be a wild approach, and the idea of McMahon storming into the ring during the WrestleMania main event would be a very unique way to generate a crowd response. And he visits backstage. If McMahon does travel to WrestleMania, McMahon visiting backstage seems like the most likely option. Naturally, there would be significant concern that if McMahon does this, he'll be tempted to get involved. So Triple H would have to act with a degree of caution, or by night 2, the headset may end up back on McMahon. As we all know, Triple H always has some tricks up his sleeve to get those viral moments, and there wouldn't be any better place than WrestleMania itself. But there you have it, folks. 12 of the most shocking rumors and returns.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be insane. Vince McMahon return. I think the most we're gonna get out of him though is like a backstage segment or something. Or something like that. We're gonna see him backstage and something like that. But other than that, I don't think he's gonna have a big part. What if he just take over the whole show? That's step aside, Triple H. I got the headset now. He just finna be making up all kind of shit. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be crazy. That'd be a twist to WrestleMania 42. I'm here for it, man. WrestleMania 42 is finna be the best WrestleMania of all time. I'm calling it here now. So y'all gonna be in for a wild ride, man. I got all the scripts. I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, man. So just stay tuned. Put your seatbelt on, man, because it's finna be a wild one. But we out of here, man. If y'all enjoyed that reaction video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm out of here.